Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. Now, we'll look at Memphis's starting group. The forwards for him, Bane and Jackson. Ja Morant, he's out there with Wells. And it's Edey in at the 5 spot. And for the Thunder, Dort and Williams up in the forward positions. Case and Wallace is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Hartenstein in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. I think you and I are feeling it. We're in for a treat tonight, getting to see some of the best young talent in this NBA.
No doubt, Kevin, the superstar potential on the court is here tonight, and it is immense. We got players destined to become some of the league's biggest names in the next couple of seasons. I'm pumped.
Morant with it, and they double up Morant. Here's Edey. Good, and the nice assist from Morant.
It's like reading a picture book for Morant. He makes it look insanely easy.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
No, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that. It's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
Edey can hit. In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yep, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They've built from within. They built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with a coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC. There's a great pace to Gilgeous-Alexander's game. The mid-range fits well.
Morant against Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot from 12. And he dumps it down.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. I was able to talk with Mark Daigneault for a minute. And we talked about the big man, Jaren Jackson Jr., and specifically how to defend him. The coach said he's a guy that can score from all 3 levels. Our guys have to be on him and active defensively as soon as he touches the ball. Coach needs his team to bring the energy tonight, and we'll see if they can respond. Guys?
Thank you, David. Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Dort. Isaiah Joe, he's checked in for Wallace. And it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
You're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. Now here's Pippen. Pass to Laravia. Oh, good on the 3.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And so Oklahoma City again turning it over. Williams, he's checked in for Jalen Williams.
Kendrick Williams.
And Clark has got the ball here for the Grizzlies. Here's Jackson, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. And the dunk by Jackson.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. A 3-pointer. Wiggins. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
Well, you love nailing the last-second shot. Always a feel-good moment.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Thunder lead by 1. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
The Thunder with the lead. It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
We've got Williams, Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Isaiah Joe. Then it's Williams, and it's Wiggins in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. And that one's good, Morant.
More of a dribble drive guard, but the defense can't forget about Jaw's ability outside the arc.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. It's good from long range. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitors.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Morant against Gilgeous-Alexander. The quick look, no good that time. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Greg, with how explosive John Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
And it's SGA showing he can play without the ball.
Morant scanning the floor. And there's the pass to Concho. .112 left in the first half. Tries again. A new 14 for the Grizzlies. And the shot is good.
Man, that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again. Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And a wide open look for Payne. The three-pointer no good. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Second shot opportunity. Good on that shot. And with that, the Memphis lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Williams.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Clark finds Payne. Score the basket, his 3rd after 5 shots.
Like the pass from Clark there, showing he can be a piece of the puzzle.
Hits it from 3-point range. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9 points in the quarter.
Yet another 3. Once we hit the second quarter, it just seems as if those threes just started to fall like raindrops. And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
SHAI Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And it was from 3-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. Back right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Thunder, you did me.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Ski. SHAI Gilgeous-Alexander led the way in the first half. He ended up with 15 points and 1 assist. And he wasn't himself in that last contest, but tonight, he's really turned it around. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
I have to applaud their offensive consistency. They're not wasting possession or taking bad shots. That's a testament to their patience, their discipline. They're focusing on playing intelligent basketball.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
Well, those second chance points are huge, and they only came because of their effort. Their work on the offensive glass is what's keeping them in the game. They definitely should try to continue to stay tough on the glass. It's been key so far.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You know, SHAI Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Yeah, he keeps tracking down those spots behind the three-point line and finding some open opportunities.
Kicking off the second half, here's Taylor Jenkins' spot. The forwards for him, Bain and Jackson. Wells is out there with Morant. And it's Edey in at the center position. Brent, there can't be any question now that SHAI Gilgeous-Alexander has arrived as an NBA superstar.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, you finish in the top 3 of MVP voting. That is a stamp of approval. SGA, one of the more feared players in the game, and this guy is on his way.
Memphis trailing here. On the wing, Jackson. Back to Morant. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Gibbons checked in for the Grizzlies. Now, here's Bain. He's got 6. Off target from outside. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's making plays all over the floor. Gilgeous-Alexander will not be stopped.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, with the Grizzlies' injuries last season, there was a lot put on Jaren Jackson Jr.'s plate. Coach Taylor Jenkins says he loves the challenge and the growth opportunity. Jackson said, you always work on everything. You work on your game because you love it. And if you get a chance to use it, great. Kevin, back to you.
And he's always working on his game. All right, David, we thank you for that report. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP rule, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, you know, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
And so here's Memphis. The Thunder making the shot. Pass to Jackson. Just 5 on the clock. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the ref to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Clark, he's checked in for Jaren Jackson. Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
That's going to be a big morale booster.
And you know what? It could come down to those second chance buckets when it's all said and done today.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters.
Outside Williams. And the basket is good. He's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Hey, guys, the D has to show up. There's more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
He's listed at 6'5", but Jalen Williams seems so much bigger than that on the floor.
Yeah, Kevin, one of those guys that has more presence on the floor than the measurements you look at on paper. This guy plays bigger. He's got a great frame. He's got great strength. He's got great poise. And there are a lot of people who are going to recognize just how talented Jalen is.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. To the inside. And slammed up by Clark.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. The Grizzlies trail by 5. It's stolen by Jordan. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. Pippen feeling it out a bit. Passes to Jackson. Yes, that goes in. Jackson's got his second basket of the game.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
At least in the second half they have been. The first half wasn't played anywhere near this intense.
It'll count. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Oklahoma City out in front, up 3. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here at Paycom Center right after this. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Dort and Williams up in the forward positions. Alex Caruso out there with Isaiah Joe. And it's Hartenstein into the center, locking down the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
Talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Watching the line there, that'll be a backcourt violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for the Thunder. Now here's Morant. And it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Superb D from Gilgeous-Alexander, using his length to wipe away the shot.
On the wing, Jackson. He's guarded by Williams. To take the lead. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And this is where Jackson feasts. And at times, he's just too overwhelming for the D, which results in the foul.
Jackson Jr.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
Here's Morant. Doesn't go for him. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Joe. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City. It's stolen by Aldama. It's tipped. Joe with it. Guarded now by Jackson. And here we go. Fast break and Morant's down. And it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Wells is checked in for Memphis. Timeout called. The Grizzlies. They're behind by 1. There's a minute 40 left in the fourth quarter. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Coach Taylor Jenkins talked to his team during the break. You know, he had some pros and cons. He said, I like our play inside. But what's happening at the arc, fellas? We got to start making some shots. Needs more production from the outside. Nice.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Following the missed shot by Jaren Jackson.
Gilgeous-Alexander, fantastic concentration.
And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. He lobs it up. And it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander. And now a fast break for the Thunder. And Williams with the basket on the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams has got the lead up to 5 now for the Thunder. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for the Thunder.
They made a point to protect the rim, challenging shots all game long, and the block total is off the charts.
You also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. They've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace, and that's produced some easy scores.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Seems like Gilgeous-Alexander's next shot is never far off. He can get the bucket they need.
From 10 feet out, and again it's Oklahoma City.
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
Looking unlikely right here. That time ticking away.
To the middle. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Dort.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Cason Wallace. He's checked in for the Thunder. Morant passes to Bain. Got a hand on it. The pass to Wallace. To the paint. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Williams. Banked in off the glass. And the Thunder lead by 9.
That's a testament to the effort there on the boards. Never willing to give up on the possession. Finding ways to sniff out the ball.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.